Hey Misfits, what's up? Brian here bringing you a knife review of this awesome knife that I got from Schrade Knives, Taylor Brands LLC, which is the company that markets and sells Schrade Knives. This knife was actually given to me to do a review on. And first off, I want to say that I'm not making any money from this review. And basically all the opinions expressed are going to be my honest opinions from my evaluation on it. I took a week to test it out and carry it, and I found things that I liked and things that I didn't like and things that can be changed on this knife. And I did mention that to the people over at Taylor Brands LLC. So this is a very honest review based on my personal use. So here's the knife that I'm talking about. It's the Schrade 104L. And this, I don't know if you can really make it out. It's a larger knife, and that's what drew me to it. I first saw this knife in some videos, and then I first got the chance to see it in person at Bass Pro Shops, and I really did like it because of the size, and it looked well built. So I decided to go about getting one to test out and see what it was all about. And thanks again to Schrade for allowing me to review it here on Bladed Misfits Extravaganza. So first, some raw specs. Closed length is 4.9 inches closed, 8.6 inches open, and the blade length is going to be 3.7 inches. Weight on this knife is 6.5 ounces. And the handle material, you have a single scale of G10 with a diamond plate texture and some lines going through. They add both look and medium grip to the knife just because of how the G10 is cut out with that pattern. It allows sufficient grip. I mean, it's not the grippiest, but it will work. And as you see on the knife is held together by Torx screws. I'm not sure what number, I haven't checked. I can get back to you if you have a question on that. Torx screws. And it has a weird pivot screw. That's one of the things, the first hit I'll mention on this knife, that it has this weird pivot screw. Because this knife, I believe, is produced by a company called Enlan. I believe this is the EL08 from Enlan. That's just the knife that I have seen from the Enlan line. It looks exactly the same. Only thing being different is the Schrade trademark. And that pivot is kind of weird. There's actually a tool for it to adjust it, but the tool is kind of expensive, and there's other options. There's other options that you can use. I mean, there's some kind of homemade tools and some, I think, security bits will work, but that's all I have to say about the pivot. I mean, it's fine. I haven't had to adjust it, but it's pretty impossible unless you have the tool to fix it. So that's my hit on that pivot screw. The back is stainless steel, titanium coated, and it has the pocket clip on here, kind of a mirror polish pocket clip, stainless steel as well. Tip up, non-reversible, so right side tip up only, which is fine for me. I mean, that's how I prefer it. I rather have it like that, being the single position. Left-handed is going to be a little bit more difficult. So that's all I have to say about the handle. Overall, it looks visually appealing, so that's a positive note for it. You have a lanyard hole there. It's actually pretty big, so you can string a lot of things through there with no problem. And let's get to the blade. The blade is 3.7 inches, made out of 9ZR14 MOV. So this is a Chinese steel, but it takes a good edge. It came with a nice edge, and for the intended use of being an actual use knife, medium to hard use, I'd say that it's fine because it's a knife that you can beat up with no problems. You will have to do some sharpening. I have sharpened it once since I got it, but once you sharpen it, it takes a nice edge and works well. The blade shape is a clip point blade with a nice swedge, unsharpened swedge that comes down to a nice tip. Relatively thick, kind of medium thickness on there. No jimping on there on that ramp, that thumb ramp. But you have the nice thumb studs that are dual position or ambidextrous. So the blade looks nice. It's one of the things that drew me to it. 3.7 inches, titanium finish on it, and it kind of looks better with use, I would say. Yeah, I have some marks on there from use and stuff, so it kind of looks better with use on there, in my opinion. So that's the blade, and the action on this knife is actually pretty smooth. It flips out pretty nice, and it's not the best. I mean, there's a Teflon washer and then a phosphorus bronze washer in there that allows smooth opening, and it came really stiff. It came really stiff, but that's expected of new knives, especially these budget knives. And let's go to grip. Grip, as I said, it's a light to medium grip, depending on the knives that you normally use. But it offers grip, and it feels nice in the hands. No jimping on the blade, like I said. That's something that I would change. But the handle is actually jimped right here, and that offers some purchase there. So grip in hand feels good. It's made for medium to larger hands. There you see it. And it is a nice knife. I really do like this knife. 6.5 ounces, like I said, so it may be a little bit heavy for EDC. It didn't feel like it. I've carried this knife for a little bit over a week, like I said, and it didn't feel like it's such a heavy knife, but I mean it is, and it's a bigger knife, so depending on how you like your knives to be, it can be EDC'd fairly easy, and it doesn't feel too heavy. And price point on this, I'll get into that right now. Price point is going to be anywhere from $23 to $30. The first time I saw it, it was $30 in Bass Pro Shops, and online there's a bunch of places where you can get them from anywhere, like I said, from $23 to $30. And for the size of knife you're getting a lot of knife for that price range. And not many companies execute it well, but Schrade so far on this has executed it fine. So positive things that I like: it has a nice blade, a really nice blade shape. The overall size I liked, and just the way that it looks, it has that cool look to it. At least to me, it was appealing. Negative cons on the knife are very small. I mean, that pivot screw is one of the major ones. Not being able to adjust it without that special tool is something that is a hit that I'll put on it. The pocket clip, I am not too much of a fan of it. It can be placed better, or and be of a, well, not better material, but better design. It doesn't look goofy, but I mean, it's just a standard common pocket clip. But for the price range, that's all expected. Another thing is that it came stiff, and it still is a little stiff as far as the lock goes. You have to do some pushing to get that lock over. Let me show you. You have to do some slight pushing to get it over. But like I said, this is a budget knife. You can beat it up, you can work with it, and it's going to last a while, just the way that it's built, and it has the nice weight to it. And also, I mean, I'm big into self-defense. This knife would work if you have to do some emergency defensive tasks. It will be fine. I mean, it's obviously not my first choice, but if this knife is the only knife that I have on me, it'll be fine for that emergency use. So there it is, the Schrade 104L. If you have any questions, you can comment below. Comment, and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. It really is an option to check out if you like larger knives, because, I mean, let's face it, the larger the knife is, the more it's going to cost. And when you can get a lot of knife like this for under $30 or right at $30, it's a good deal. I do have some comparisons to this knife. One knife in my own collection being the Spyderco Resilience. Overall, this is a way better knife, Spyderco Resilience, but just to give you what overall feel is, this is what it's going to feel like in your hand as far as size goes. They're about the same size. Let's show you that. They are about the same size. The Spyderco Resilience, of course, is a little bit bigger. And another knife that I have that's similar to it would be the Kershaw Cyclone. This is a harder one to get, discontinued, but this one is actually the same size and overall same weight of this knife, but American made, Chinese made. So if you can get the Kershaw Cyclone, it's great. If you have this knife, this is a good reference. And well, that's all I have to say about the Schrade 104L. I definitely recommend it. And for Schrade, it is a success in my opinion for that price point. And it's definitely a knife to check out. Check it out. You can buy it all over the place on the internet. And it is a good knife that you can definitely use. And well, thank you for watching. And like I said, if you have any questions or comments on this, you just comment and we'll talk. I mean, I love talking knives and I love doing these reviews. So if there's anything I can improve on these reviews, because I'll be doing more, just let me know. So Schrade 104L from Schrade Knives, Taylor Brands LLC. Thanks for watching, and I really do recommend this knife.